He's one of the brightest footballers of his era, but whereas others toil quietly, Neymar dazzles in the limelight. Excessive parties, jet-set lifestyles, celebrity mates, and never-ending controversies, his off-pitch life attracts more headlines than his goals. Is Neymar living the dream or squandering his legacy? Watch on, because what you're about to witness will make you think twice about what you've imagined football superstars. So, how did Neymar, a kid from Sao Paulo, turn from football prodigy to the wild child of global fame? Let's dive in. Early life. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. was born in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil, a destination far from champagne showers and flashing cameras. In a humble abode, football was not a game. It was survival. His father, a retired player, saw the spark in Neymar early and became his sole mentor. When Neymar was 11 years old, he was dazzling defenders and inking youth contracts with big clubs. But it wasn't only his ability that made him stand out. It was his swagger, his flair, that unimitable showman's buzz. At Santos, he soon became a national star. The Brazilian press declared him the next Pelé, and his fans couldn't help but ask for more. Sponsorship beckoned. He was barely 18, a worldwide celebrity already, and an accomplished, rich one to boot. With fame came pressure, and pressure begat temptation. Neymar was not just figuring out how to play soccer on a global scale. He was learning how to become a celebrity in a culture that adores soccer and pomp equally. His 2013 transfer to Barcelona was intended to make him football royalty. Instead, it ushered in world superstardom. Sleeping in a locker room alongside Messi and Suarez during the day, red carpet appearances at night, Neymar's double life was now underway. And that razor-thin line between athlete and celebrity, he never seemed particularly interested in being on either side. The turning point. Neymar was the talk of the world in 2017. Not for a goal, not for a trophy, but for a bank-breaking transfer that broke football's transfer market. Paris Saint-Germain shelled out a record-breaking €222 million to release him from Barcelona, becoming football's most valuable player. And with that one transfer, Neymar didn't just upgrade as an athlete, he became a global brand, a walking business empire. In Paris, everything changed. The boy from Brazil now lived like royalty. He settled into a grand mansion just beyond the city limits, complete with luxury vehicles, personal chefs, and a constant parade of designer clothing. He didn't merely dress fashion, he was fashion, sitting front row at shows and dripping brands such as Balmain and Louis Vuitton. His Instagram? A highlight reel of yachts, champagne, and life lived at full speed. But with fame came more scrutiny. Where Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi prioritized conditioning, and Messi shunned the limelight, Neymar went full-on into the chaos. He was football's rockstar, flashy, unpredictable, and divisive. Some appreciated the freedom he relished. Others saw a superstar who was being distracted by the trappings of fame. Was he still pursuing Ballon d'Or ambitions, or simply relishing the lifestyle that football afforded him? Either way, the Neymar the world witnessed after PSG wasn't just a football player anymore. He was entertainment. The party life. If partying is the off-pitch life, partying is very much Neymar's second job. From the day he set foot in Paris, the off-pitch celebration became a headline attraction. His birthday parties are the stuff of legend, exorbitant themes, celebrity invites, and nights that make A-list Hollywood bash look tame. In 2019, he threw a red and white themed party in a Paris nightclub, attended by teammates, influencers, and singers. But here's the catch. He was injured at the time. Critics asked, shouldn't he be recovering, not popping champagne? Neymar's entourage isn't comprised solely of footballers. Musicians such as Anita, Maluma, and even Justin Bieber are included. He doesn't merely run into celebrities, he celebrates with them, frequently uploading snippets of dancing, drinks, and late-night revelry. And then there are the carnivals. Brazil's renowned Rio Carnival, for example, which Neymar appears to apparate to, injury or not. It's become almost a tradition for him to turn up, even at the cost of missing club obligations. What sets Neymar apart is that he doesn't deny it. He's not ashamed to enjoy life. But in a sport where discipline is what makes a legacy, his decisions are questioned. Fans adore the thrill he provides, but critics wonder if the party life is taken away from greatness. Is it all fun, or is it distracting from a career that could have gone even higher? Injuries and absences. Here's something that's almost become a running joke in football circles. Every March, Neymar gets injured, and not just any time in March, exactly on the birthday of his sister Rafaela, March 11th. Coincidence? Fans and media don't think so. Over the years, mysteriously, Neymar has missed games again and again during this same period. From his Barcelona to PSG, his annual holiday has become meme-worthy. The facts don't lie. Over 5 seasons, same story. Now, we're not saying Neymar fakes injuries, but the pattern is hard to ignore. Whether it's a metatarsal fracture or a mysterious muscle strain, these absences have stirred massive speculation. Journalists, ex-players, and fans alike have questioned whether Neymar's lifestyle off the pitch contributes to his time away from it. Could his body be more fragile because of late-night parties, travel fatigue, or just a lack of rest? Let's not forget, football is physically brutal, and injuries happen. But when you're posting pictures from Carnival while your team is sweating it out in the Champions League, eyebrows are bound to rise. Public perception matters, and Neymar's behavior has caused fans to question his commitment more than once. Some think he simply puts family and enjoyment first. Others think it is unprofessional. Whatever the reality, the trend has become part of the Neymar brand. Unpredictable, wild, and just a bit too convenient. While most players use injury time to heal in peace, Neymar appears to use it as a planned holiday. And whether that's rumor or fact, it's part of what makes him both interesting and infuriating. Social media king. Scroll through Neymar's Instagram, and you could be forgiven for thinking you've stumbled on a pop star's account, rather than a professional footballer's. Shirtless selfies, far-flung holidays, private jets, designer wear, and the odd football photo for good measure. With more than 220 million followers, Neymar is more than just a footballer. He's a social media sensation. He understands the power of a post, and he wields it like a master. For Neymar, the game isn't leisurely, it's a strategy. It keeps him trending, endorsable, and top of mind. While Messi and Ronaldo live on social media, primarily for sponsorship deals and highlights from games, Neymar gives us vibes. When he's dancing to some new reggaeton bop, flirting on comments, or showing off with his squad, his timeline's an endless reality show. It's getting less and less between influencer and athlete by the day, and it's not all harmless fun. Sometimes Neymar's posts have stirred real drama. Remember the time he blasted PSG on Instagram after a Champions League loss? Or when he posted cryptic messages during transfer rumors? He knows that with one post, he can spark headlines, set rumors ablaze, or troll his critics. But here's the question. Is it aiding or impairing him? To sponsors, Neymar's reach is pure gold. To football diehards, it's a red flag. They ask, is he more interested in clout than cups? Social media is his playground now, and through doing so, Neymar has redefined football iconhood for the digital generation. He's not playing the game so much as mastering the algorithm. Neymar's inner circle. All rock stars have a team, and Neymar does too. Let's meet the Twas. His close-knit squad of childhood friends who've tagged along with him from Brazil to Barcelona to Paris and beyond. They're not just old friends from the street, they're part of his daily life. They go on the road with him, celebrate with him, and become an integral part of his off-pitch persona. But here's the twist. Or nutritionists. Neymar. He is surrounded by hype men. The Twas have been accused, sometimes subtly, sometimes overtly, of facilitating a hedonistic, party-over-work mentality. Rather than a focused athlete concerned with recovery and performance, Neymar tends to be more of a celebrity hanging out with friends on boats or clubbing in Ibiza. His friends feed the glamour, the mayhem, and honestly, the camaraderie. But at what cost? Critics say this inner circle detaches Neymar from reality. Unlike Messi, whose family has famously lived a low-key life with him, or Ronaldo, whose entourage comprises business handlers and personal trainers, Neymar's group appears constructed more for pleasure than for greatness. When drama erupts, such as public run-ins with clubs or in the media, the Twas don't seem to guide him out of trouble. Instead, they appear to fuel the fire. It's part of what makes Neymar so compelling and infuriating. He doesn't aspire to be a machine athlete. He wants to live la vida loca with friends who worship him, not test him. That's not the model of a standard football legend. It's the personality of a pop culture phenomenon. And it says a lot about where Neymar's priorities are. Sponsorships and brand Neymar. Despite injuries, controversies, and criticism, Neymar is still among the world's most marketable athletes. Why? Because he does not merely play football, he sells a lifestyle. Sponsors adore him. From Red Bull and Puma to Beats by Dre and Gillette, Neymar's portfolio screams superstar not necessarily for his trophies, but for his aura. He's edgy, flashy, unpredictable, and that makes him a brand's wet dream. Following his split from Nike, Neymar signed an enormous contract with Puma. It was not merely a business decision, it was a statement. Puma did not just sign a footballer, they signed a walking billboard with a global audience. Neymar dresses like a fashion model, dances like a TikToker, and lives like a rapper. His lifestyle is the product, and brands will pay millions to ride that wave. But here's the million-dollar question. Has Neymar turned more brand than baller? The answer may just be yes. While most athletes leverage branding to complement their legacy, Neymar appears to have branding dictate his. From limited release boots to signature energy drinks, his business empire is thriving, often more boisterously than his football numbers. And that's where the legacy debate gets fiery. On one side, he's constructed an empire most players only dream of. On the other hand, purists say he's sold his concentration. Rather than pursuing Ballon d'Ors, is Neymar pursuing sponsorship incentives and social media interactions? Has the footballer been eclipsed by the influencer? In the end, Neymar's rockstar existence is more than parties and entourages. It's an all-out brand strategy. He's not just playing the game, he's marketing the game. And whether or not you consider it genius or a pathetic squandering of world-class talent depends on who you talk to. Talent versus discipline debate. Neymar is possibly the most talented footballer of his generation. With a ball at his feet, he's magic, quick, fluid, and unpredictable. From dazzling dribbles to jaw-dropping assists and wonder goals, his innate talent is undeniable. But despite all the brilliance, a shadow has always hovered over his career. What if? What if Neymar had the discipline of Cristiano Ronaldo or the consistency of Messi? What if he had stayed focused on football instead of fame? These questions echo across sports pundit panels and Twitter threads worldwide. It's the eternal debate, talent versus discipline, and Neymar is its most controversial subject. Football greats have not been reticent to express their dismay. Dutch great Ruud Gullit once had this to say: Neymar could have been one of the best, but sometimes he looks more interested in what's happening off the pitch than on it. Even Ronaldinho, a man who lived and notoriously thrived off the pitch, urged Neymar to concentrate more on football and cut back on the distractions. His transfer to PSG was to be the start of a Ballon d'Or trajectory, free from the shadow of Messi. Rather, injuries, off-field, controversies, and party and drama headlines played out. The critics argue that his off-field behavior, nightclubs, fashion shows, celebrity friendships, robbed him of the sort of legacy gained by the most dedicated players. The contrast is harsh but just. While Ronaldo constructed a legacy through a tireless work ethic, Neymar emerged as an international icon for a different way of life. Flashy, exciting, and disorganized. It's why he's said to live like a rock star, not a sportsman. He's got all the ability in the world. What he didn't have, many say, is the tunnel vision that characterizes footballing greatness. Neymar's perspective. But the thing is, Neymar does not view himself as a warning. He does not apologize for his lifestyle whatsoever. In a DAZN interview, he once stated, "I never stopped doing anything. I always did everything that I wanted to do. If I want to party, I party. I'm not going to stop doing it. It's my right." For Neymar, it is not weak to live happily. It is just who he is. He contends that the pressure put on athletes to be wooden and emotionless is not right. "You can't tell me I need to stop being who I am to make people happy," he said to GQ. "I work hard. I take care of myself. But I also live." This mix of unapologetic authenticity and showmanship is what makes him so divisive, and in a sense, so relatable. A lot of Neymar's attitude is influenced by Brazilian culture. Brazil is a celebration, expression, and rhythm nation. Football there is not only a sport, it's a dance. Neymar's flair, his samba-style moves, and even his celebratory goal dances are a testament to this. To judge his lifestyle without knowing the cultural context is to miss the whole picture. Nonetheless, critics argue that he confuses indulgence with joy. But Neymar protests, arguing he's been misconstrued. He's not irresponsible, he claims, merely normal. He's a 30-something dollar millionaire who remains enticed by liberty, joy, and camaraderie. "It is difficult to be Neymar," he once said to Canal Pilhado. "People judge without knowing. So is he deluded or just misread? Perhaps a bit of both." Neymar's tale is multifaceted. He's neither the tragic anti-hero some caricature him to be, nor the hero some blindly idolize. He's a gifted, imperfect, passionate, and eternally intriguing character, existing not like a self-controlled athlete, but like a rock star who won't apologize for living life on his own terms. Neymar's Al Hilal switch seems more like the ending chapter of his rockstar story, rather than a career comeback. Does he rise from the ashes, or simply bask in the spectacle? His legacy is divided between fans. Was he a one-off talent who lost his way, or the contemporary player who prioritized stardom over substance? Neymar changed the definition of what it is to be a footballer, but the question remains, genius or squandered ability? Share your opinion in the comments. Also, subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.